I realize I'm holding myself back from making content because I'm always thinking of what people will want to see. The thing is, I do want to make videos, but I find myself always comparing myself to these amazing creators that I see online. You know, sometimes I would see their work and then I would tell myself, oh, you know what? Maybe I should do something like that. Da, 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 da. And then I get very insecure and then the video never sees the light of day. So I guess this is me fighting that urge and just trying to create something without it being too organized or planned out. And I will try my best to sort of make something out of it. I am going to try to do a normal vlog, I guess. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go to work. Would you like to watch that? I don't know. You don't have any other choice. So I do not know if you've seen my new workspace camera, old camera that I use now for webcam, a monitor. I use the Asus Pro Art, the slightly more affordable one. My switch in the back over here, some little trinkets over here, a light. There's a button in here that does this, but I only turn that on when it's nighttime. I have little smiskies in here. I also have two smiskies in front, but I have smiskies in the back. So when I am talking or calling with someone on the camera, which rarely happens, I have smiskies on the back that they can see, and it gives them like a little sneak peek into my personality, I guess. Forgot what these are called, but they were given to me. Squishmallows. They were given to me by my previous employers, which are nice, so nice. And then I have my tablet with me. The one in the back is my makeup. Do not look at that, that is messy. I have my Notion up in here for my to-do list, and I also have like a timer, a Pomodoro timer, so that I know when to take a break. I take breaks like after 50 minutes of deep work, and then a 10-minute break after. But I also forget that I have to take breaks, all this Pomodoro stuff, and forget to take breaks. I know, right? I don't actually know what to do during my break time because I only have 10 minutes. I try to make sure that I'm not sitting down or stagnant because your girl needs movement, and she has not been moving this past few months, and yeah, she needs exercise. So I want you to hear my alarm when I have to go back to work. Reminds me of that one scene from K-pop Demon Hunters when they sang one note just to prove that they can be a boy band. Anyways, gonna go back to work. The thing I love about YouTube is that I don't have to rush into things. I don't have to rush things I want to say. Short form videos, I always find them so fast, too fast, you know? And I get that it's because like it's this whole information compressed in like 1 minute. Do I look okay in this angle? You can see my not so great posture. I don't know if that's like a good angle. How about if I do this? There are things that I want to say that for me takes a bit of momentum, and I'm more free to do that in long form. or else I lose everyone's attention. And then with long form videos, it's also harder for people to find you, which I think goes both ways. It's good and it's bad. I like the fact that people don't just find me easily in long form, but the chances of you making it in long form versus short form, the difference is huge. I realize as a small creator that when I do finally make it, meaning I've achieved the status that I want, there will be less freedom for me. Right now, it's all shiny and it's something that I definitely want to work towards, but I realize that I will be subject to people's judgments and what people demand to see from me. And it's not always something I'm gonna want to create. I just want to be in the sweet spot of being known, but not being too known, if that makes sense. I honestly think I just want a wholesome community. I'm very excited. There's this event from a camera brand. Should I just say the camera brand? It's not like I'm sponsored or anything. It's Sony. There is this creator that I really love. Her name is Riza. I'm sorry, I'm just organizing my desk. Hello. Life of Riza. Riza. And she basically inspired me to like go back to YouTube back when I was like, you know what, maybe YouTube isn't for me. But then I saw her video and I was like, no, what was I talking about? Of course I want to go back to YouTube. And then I found out that she was gonna have this talk. It was free, but there were limited seats available and I didn't get any seats. But then I looked over at Colt's Instagram stories and he basically said they were gonna have a meetup tomorrow. And I'm free tomorrow, so I can go. So I will be going tomorrow and I might take you there with me. If not, then I'm sorry. You missed it. Dami kong entry, ano ba yan? So I will be going tomorrow. I hope it doesn't rain. I hope it's not gloomy. I hope everything will go well.
For showing up even though it's raining and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay, just got home from the meetup. How did it go? Well, other than it being a rainy day and having to endure a very painful menstrual cramp for basically the whole day, but it went really well. I did not freak out at all. But seriously though, I am so happy that they did this because I was really sad that I didn't get tickets for the event. So I'm really happy that I got to see them. This might be like a huge highlight of my year. I'm so glad I showed up even with everything that happened to me today. Fangirled a little bit. And I don't know who to talk to about this. Well, of course, my creator friends, I can talk to them about it, but I don't really see them a lot. And the friends that I do see a lot, they don't know anything about these, which is fine. But I don't know how to explain to them how much this impacts me. Moisturizer and sunscreen. You know, during the meetup, there was this one guy I met and I was introducing myself and I said, oh, I'm a small creator, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, no, there are no small creators, which was really sweet to say. But I feel like I still am a small creator. I am growing and there is growth, you know? A growing creator. Not by height though. I think I've wanted this long enough to be aware of the impermanence of it, if that's even a word. Then not being permanent of it, of like the hype. I've seen all the creators I've ever loved and the hype around them sort of fluctuate. Sometimes they post a lot still and people still watch them, but then there are also others who have their views down, or sometimes they don't really post anymore, which could sometimes be because of burnout, which is also another topic for another time. One of the things I'll never forget a professor once told me is the difference between valuability and virality. That's why I always want to check in with myself. If something that I'm going to put out, is it something that I want, or is it something I think people want to see or the algorithm wants me to show? Because at the end of the day, yes, you would have achieved success either way, but how long lasting is the impact that you have on others? How long lasting is the impact you've created in your community, that even when the hype goes down, goes up, fluctuates, whatever, your community or the people who have seen you still remembers what you've done for them or what they've learned from you. You know what I mean?
Hi. Hey guys, make sure you subscribe, like every video, subscribe, and hey, we're all rooting for Cora, so thank you for coming.